Rob, no! I've got to get him out!
Robert! Andy!
Dad? We're all right.
What the hell's going on?
Max is dead. He's still in there.
Oh, my God. Have you called an ambulance?
I didn't mean it, Dad.
Yeah, I need to report an accident.
Yeah, well, look, leave it with me, all right? Yeah, it's probably just some sort of a mix-up. I'll get back to you. That's Ledbetter. Wondering what's happened to his backhander.
I thought Max said he'd sorted it.
That's what he told me and all. Where is he?
He were outside the vet's about an hour ago, then he just shot off somewhere. That Jo were talking to him. If she's still there, she might know where he is.
Well, get back there and find out. Because there's 10 grand of my money floating about somewhere unaccounted for. And if he's talking to anybody at the vet's, I want to know what about.
I'll find him. And if he's messing us about, I'll kill him.
Not before I get there, you won't.
Right. Both of you. Tell me what happened.
It's an accident.
Robert, there were 2 cars on the road. And you must have been flying to get through that wall.
We had to swerve.
Swerve, what for?
It was my fault. I just snapped. I'm sorry. Sorry, Max.
What have you done, you lunatic?
Dad, we're both going too fast. Max grabbed the wheel, if not, we'd all be dead. He pulled me out.
What was Max doing in there in the first place?
Dad, he saved my life.
But what about his life? Hey? What about that? Look what you've done between you. That lad's dead because of you two. He's done nothing, and he's dead. Now, don't you touch me. Either of you.
You're just gonna sit there and say nothing.
I'm not going.
What happened?
He don't want me. He's just a liar. They're all liars.
You did the right thing coming back.
And what do you know? He only wanted to use Sarah so that he could get at Andy. All that I love you, Debbie. Everything he said to me was just lies. What have I done to any of them? Robert, Andy, my dad. What have I done to deserve this?
Hey, nothing. Nothing. You will be all right.
No, just leave me, Emily. And don't say anything to my dad. Not that it'll make any difference now.
It never happened.
Oh, it happened all right. I've left them kicking holes out of each other, and do you know what? Let them. I don't care.
You've as good as killed that lad between you. There'll be police all over the place in a minute.
Dad, it was an accident.
Yeah, only because you two wanted to kill one another.
I'll tell him what happened. None of us would even be here if it weren't for me.
What was Max King doing with you anyway?
He was getting away from his dad. It was Max who killed Craig Biggs's car so the Kings could get that field. He'd had enough.
You didn't hit one another. In the cars, I mean.
Dad, I told you. Max pulled the wheel and we just went.
You both want locking up. You're not fit to mix with decent people, either of you.
You wanted to get rid of me, didn't you? Well, the police can do it for you now, can't they?
Well, what good's that gonna do? Whatever happens, where's the justice for him? Eh?
You know when you had Belle, did you ever get really itchy? Uncomfortable all over?
Hey, if them fleas are back, I'm blaming you.
Every now and then, I suppose.
It'll probably clear itself up.
I can do that if you'd rather sit down.
Oh, don't go putting ideas in their heads.
Sammy's only being like every other bloke. Thinks being pregnant means you're poorly.
I wish you'd give her a mothering sometime.
Hey, love, don't knock it. Sometimes it's better if you have them caring, even if it does mean they smother you a bit.
Hey, how long's it going to be?
Aye, me belly thinks me throat's been slit here.
You see, I rest my case.
What can I let him do that he's not going to make a pig's ear of?
Come here. Shift yourself, Shadders. Now, you sit down. Sammy, love, why don't you give Alice's feet a rub? Stop them swelling up.
Huh? You can do mine after.
Hiya. Did our Max say anything earlier on?
About where we were going.
No, I just dropped something off for Paddy and that were it. Why, something wrong?
Paddy not about either?
No, he was due back any minute, but I think he's got held up somewhere. Oh, hang on, that might be him now, if you want to speak to him. Hello, vet surgery. Yeah. Just a minute, I'll get a file.
I'll ask him Woolpack. No big deal. Thanks.
Right. Listen to me, the pair of you. There were sheep all over that road coming up here. You say you swerve so as not to hit one. You're long gone by now anyway.
What about me?
You get in that car and you clear off. You can't be still here when the police come. Otherwise you both go down for whatever it is, manslaughter, murder, for all the difference it makes. You drive till you're well away and you don't come back. Do you hear me?
Is that it? What else is there?
Well, a load of trouble if you don't get moving. Say you've got about 5 minutes.
Is that all you can say? Just go and don't come back. Is that all I get, Dad?
It's what you wanted. You're on your own, son.
Dad.
What other choice have we got, eh? Look at us. We used to be a family. Look at him.
Come on, love. There's nothing out there you should be minding yourself about.
Well, why has nobody come back yet? Where's Jack?
His phone's switched off. Look, whatever's happening, let him sort it out between themselves. I'll tell you what. You get Sarah, and we'll take a walk up and see Zach and Lisa. Or we can be here when Andy gets back.
How long do I have to do this for?
Don't worry, you'll not starve.
You got another one when you finish with that, Sam?
We'll get the name book down later to see what we can find.
Oh, I don't care what it's called, as long as it's healthy.
I've always liked Edney. You are joking.
Only if it's born with an hat on.
Oh, like you mean?
Edna would be well chuffed if we named his baby after it.
Well, if it's a lad, it best grow up pretty handy.
If it's a boy, we're calling him after my dad. Even though we'll never see him.
That's as it should be, love. You mind your business, you lot?
What?
Well, whatever you call it, Flower, it'll always be a dingle.
Hey, like you are now, love.
So God help you both.
Rob, just go. Hurry up. I'll see you then.
Just go on.
I'm sorry, Dad. I never meant for everything to turn out like it did. I don't really know what happened.
Just let us know where you are when you're settled in somewhere. That's all. Only if you want to.
I tried, Andy. Never tried hard enough, though, did we?
Hey.
We'll sort this out, Rob. Go on.
Robert.
I don't hate you.
Where were you when they went off the road?
I was driving the other way towards the farm. Heard a horn go on a massive bank, so I came down. When I got here, everything had gone up.
Since when the diesel tanks burn like that?
I've been filling my quad bike up earlier on, so I had loads in the back. Petrol, maybe half a bag of fertiliser. more than enough to set the diesel off anyway. So did Max not tell you where he was going?
Well, when I picked him up, he said the station. After that, I've no idea, he didn't ask.
The farmer's not responsible for keeping the sheep off the streets.
That's like trying to keep snow off the road. Somebody's responsible for that, but it's practically impossible.
You probably better get down to Casualty and get yourself checked out.
He's still in shock, the lad. I could do with going with him.
Julie, you might want to take a look at this.
Here's me thinking how young and sprightly I look next to our Shadrach. And in comes my great-grandchild to put me straight.
Give over worrying, eh?
Come here then, eh? Oh, come and sit with your granddad, little peckle, eh?
There's plenty of liver and onions left in the pan if you're still hungry, love.
No, I'm not bothered yet, thanks.
It's time we had another couch in here.
Shut up, Maureen. Sam. Huh? Cans all round.
Well, I'm not going to count it, but it seems like a hell of a lot of cash for a couple of nights out.
Well, I'm sure Tom King will know.
That's next, unfortunately.
The ambulance lad said you could follow in your Land Rover, Mr. Sugden. They want to get off.
No problem.
Delta Alpha 1 to control. Delta Alpha 1. Frank? Yeah, me again. Yeah, right, messmate. We've got to get up and see the kid's old man before he finds out from anybody else. We need supervision, accident investigation branch and SOCOs up here, soon as.
Is it all right if I phone my wife? She'll be wondering why we're not home.
Best hurry up. They need to get away.
Oi, Smiler. There's something up with you tonight, just being your usual miserable self.
What have I done now?
Leave her alone.
Your face hasn't cracked once since you come in.
Well, I don't find it all that funny.
Who's going to help me get this baby ready for bed, eh?
Just do it somewhere quiet, will you? We'll come and watch.
Oh, he'll get over it when he has his own.
It's to be hoped so we're having him neutered.
Something's happened. You don't know that? Wait until morning.
Right, give us one of them nappies then.
No, Jack, she's better off coming with me. We'll be there in 20 minutes. OK. Bye. Get your coat on.
What did he say?
They're all right. Andy's with your dad, and we'll see them down there. Come on.
If it's another tax disc, I'll kill him.
Do you mind if we come in?
Everything all right?
It's your son, Max, Mr. King. We have reason to believe he was involved in a road accident.
What do you mean, reason to believe? He either was or he wasn't. He's all right, though, isn't he? Where is he now?
I'm sorry, Mr. King.
You're telling me he's dead, aren't you?
We have had confirmation it's your son. Let's get you sat down.
There will have to be a formal ID, Mr. King. But we've spoken to the driver of the vehicle Max was in.
He'd got a lift to Hotton Station with Andy Sugden. And they went off the road trying to avoid an animal.
I don't understand.
The other lad got out.
Where is he now? Where is my son?
They've taken the body to Hotton General. I'm afraid the car caught fire, Mr. King.
If it's about the tax on that tipper, I've paid it. Still, the treacherous little swine's gonna need police protection if I get hold of him. What?
Max is dead.
He was involved in a road traffic accident earlier this evening.
Your brother's dead, Jimmy. They've taken him to hospital.
Well, let's go then.
Well, we will need you there at some stage, but we'll have to have a formal ID from the coroner first.
You think I wouldn't know my own son?
In cases like this where there's been a fire, Mr. King.
Oh, then we better get going then, haven't we, look, because I'm definitely not staying here. You better drive.
I'll see to him.
The hospital's only going to tell you the same as us. They won't let you see him yet. It's just the way it has to work. With the body the way it is.
Yeah, well, if you want to keep him here, you'll have to lock him up.
Has there been some sort of argument? With Max, I mean?
No. No. Just family stuff, that's all.
We found this. Andy Sugden said it wasn't his.
What's Andy Sugden got to do with this?
That's whose car they were in.
Well, there's your dad, look. What happened? Is he all right?
He should be. He's hurt his arm, but apart from that, just a few cuts and bruises. Shock, but that's hardly a surprise considering. Anyway, he said he can come home.
Can we go in and see him yet?
In a few minutes, love. Listen, do you think you could work that machine and get me and Diane a coffee? And whatever you want.
What happened? What was Max doing with Andy?
I'll fill you in with the rest later, but I've made a right mess of things, Diane. Robert was there when they had the accident. No, he's all right. He's long gone. It was him and Andy caused it. Racing their damn cars at one another. I said they'd swerve to avoid a sheep, but I don't know. I was thinking more about you and Victoria at the time than about them two, and I know that really doesn't make any sense, but anyway, I've done it now. I mean, both my lads are all right, but that doesn't help Max King, does it?
I need another 10 pence.
I still don't get what happened.
Can we leave it till he gets home? Oh, you can't carry all three at once.
Are you still watching that film?
Either that or asleep. Sam and Alice are looking at Sarah in case she moves. You coming in?
They're treating me like dirt, Emily, both of them. I get enough of that from my dad, but at least he's trying.
You're better off out of it, love.
I know my dad's a bit pathetic, but he still loves me underneath it all. What Robert has done is just nasty. I mean, why say all that?
Hey, don't get upset because they don't deserve it.
Is it always going to be like this?
No. No, and you mustn't think that.
You go in, I'll be there in a minute.
Sorry, I've got a bit of a cold. You know how it is.
Are you off?
Check where my car's pointing. I'll see you.
You can't stop me from seeing my son.
I'm sorry, Mr. King, but I'm afraid I don't have any option.
Who says?
We have very strict guidelines under these circumstances.
These circumstances? Listen, John Worth. My boy's dead in there!
Dad! How long is it going to take?
Well, not today. There has to be a formal identification of the body first. Well, did you not explain all this? It's a procedure we can't alter, Mr. King. Especially not when there's fire involved. Look, the coroner has to see the dental records.
We know who it is!
Before we can allow the family to see the remains. Look, I'm really sorry that you've had to go.
Sorry. My boy is lying dead in there somewhere. You couldn't give a toss, could you?
Mr. King,
Right,
don't think we're
you've
going
done
to
your
get...
job. Thank you very much. You can go now. You're not needed.
You're shouting, Dad. Come
I'll
on.
shut the damn place down till I've seen my Max. Just tell me where he is. Get off me, the lot of you.
Hurting yourself or anyone else is not going to help your son. Please, think about Max.
When am I ever going to think about anything else?
At least I've not broke my arm.
Will this stop you from driving your car?
I've not got a car to drive anymore.
It wasn't your fault.
Victoria.
I'd rather not talk about it now.
Andy's still not feeling too good, love. Let's wait till we get home, eh?
Dad. I should go and say something, really.
Now might not be a good time, Jack. Let them do whatever they have to do. Come on.
I think maybe we should all get going.
You'll let us know, though.
As soon as the coroner gives word.
Not too long, eh?
We'll be all right from here if you if you need to get off.
Mr. King?
Yeah, you go on. And thanks. You know.
We'll be in touch, Mr. King.
Come on. Let's get you home.
I cursed him, Jimmy. I cursed that lad. And now I've lost him.